Bienvenido.
It's Chili's o'clock somewhere.
Slosh hours. And we can modify what we said.
Yeah, let's not bring up the emo joke because it fucking sucks.
Yeah. I agree. No emo jokes. All right, so we're live. Welcome back to Slosh Hours podcast. This is the third recorded podcast, and I'm sitting here with my good friend Alan.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, Alan?
It's going great. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Today I want to kind of dive into politics because if you guys don't know yet, I'm sort of a right-leaning libertarian. And what would you classify yourself, Alan?
Pretty right-leaning. I believe in freedom and liberty. All that. But
American values. I respect that. So we're gonna start off with a couple of jokes, and I was told not to do any some jokes on this list, so I'll leave some out. Oh my gosh, these jokes are fucked. Hey, dude, Alan, do you want to read one? You want to read one of these?
Yeah. So I got one of my own.
Oh yeah. No, just. Yeah, here you go.
All right. Listen to this. What's the difference between a bag of cocaine and Eric Clapton's son?
I don't know what's the difference.
Eric Clapton wouldn't let a bag of cocaine fall out the window.
That is fucked.
All right.
That's a fucked ass joke, man.
What's the best part of an ISIS joke? The execution.
That's nice. I've heard that one before. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one. If we're doing politics, here's a classic. Why won't Monica Lewinsky vote for Hillary Clinton?
Oh fuck! I don't even want to hear where this is going.
The last Clinton presidency left a bad taste in her mouth.
That's bad, dude. She was like
fucked.
She was like the age of his daughter at the time too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's American values right there, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, now that we've offended some people,
gotten all the pussies off here.
Yeah. Now we can actually get talking. So I got this list, and it's literally got 4 words on it. And to give you guys some insight on our situation right now, it's February 2020. Trump just got acquitted from the impeachment. He'll probably get reelected in my view.
I'd agree.
Coronavirus is rampant in China. I'm sure a crap ton of people have died that we don't know about. Is that it? Pretty much.
Yeah.
The Democrats are freaking out right now. Bernie's in the lead, I think.
Yeah.
And he's a Democratic socialist.
Yeah, it's just a special word for commie.
Yeah. Dude, he had his honeymoon in USSR. Did you know that?
Yeah. I heard about that.
Shit, man. And he's. I don't know if they'll let him get the nomination though for the Democratic Party. If
you want my opinion on Bernie, I feel like the people in the party are just. There's almost 2 wings of the party. And I feel like there's 2 wings of the same party. I see there's the neocons and the neoliberals. And I think they're on both sides, Republicans and Democrats. And all they want is big money. They'll do anything to keep capitalism. Republicans will just pay a little bit of lip service to some social ideas. Democrats will maybe give you weed if you beg really hard and get on your knees. But the second you start asking why we're still in Afghanistan or ask why the middle class is not doing shit, they'll just shut you down. They'll just say,
I can see that.
Who cares if you're getting taxed 40%? We'll give you we'll give you
some weed, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll let gays get married. That's all we'll do for you.
Shit. Well, isn't that pretty much illegal across the board now? Gay marriage, or is that not?
Yeah.
I mean, we live in Indiana, and I don't think we're gay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really don't know what the legislation is.
They're trying their best these days.
Yeah. Let's see. Literally, the words on this are Trump, LGBTQ, socialism, and weed. So that's, and we don't have to talk about any of those. But I think we should get into Trump because people just go fucking ballistic when they hear the word Trump. Doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. Shit gets heated, man. Shit gets really heated.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's trying his best, but it's like he can't really get much done because there's even people in his own party against him. If you look at Mitt Romney,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Yeah, that
he
was
voted
fucked,
against
man.
him. And you remember back in 2016 to 2018, he had a full Republican Congress. He had the Senate, the House, and he still couldn't get shit done. It's like, I think the beauty of Trump is that he's not even a Republican. He's almost like his own breed.
Yeah. Well, the thing I liked about Trump when he was first running, it was literally looked under the job title for all the candidates, and it was politician, businessman.
Yeah,
That's what I liked about him. And I don't really think he's probably a great person. I mean, he's a billionaire, and he just, like, fucking does whatever he wants with chicks. So, I mean, that's that. But I think he's a good president, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, he's doing his best. Like, we've got the best numbers, and I know that's not all him.
Well, it's a business, man. It is.
Yeah.
The economy. Being the president's a business.
And it's just the beauty of the left is that it doesn't matter what he does. It's like Trump bad, and then it's like if he does something bad, criticize him. If he does something good, take credit for his accomplishments. The economy does good. Oh, that was just Obama. Or let's say the economy goes down. It's like, oh, it's because we fucked up taxes too much.
Yeah.
It's just you can't give him credit. And you know what? I think what they're trying to do is trying to like discredit him, but the only thing they've done is just discredit themselves. Like it's almost like
I agree, man, with the impeachment thing. I think that backfired on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think if you want to talk about my views in the impeachment, the whole thing was just fucked.
It was really bad, man.
I mean, if you look into the circumstances around it, the whole investigation started because of they got an illegal subpoena through the FISA court that allowed them to spy on the Trump campaign. And the FBI director recently admitted that the warrant used to spy on Trump was never even legal.
Yeah, it was illegal.
And then they try to use the spies, the illegally obtained evidence, to bullshit him. And the funny thing is, even with all their cheating, they still couldn't get him. Yeah. And the thing is, the whole thing with Russia, it started even before he was fucking elected.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, Obama was never going to let Trump do what he wants because it was Hillary's turn. It was her turn. That's what they were all saying. But
I thought Hillary was going to win up until the announcement that Trump was the president, man.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody was saying Hillary's going to get it for sure.
It's because I remember back in 2012, and they're saying this is the end of the Republicans. There's no way a Republican president can ever fucking get elected, and it's just not possible because all these blue states, all these Mexicans, and all these blacks are never going to support a Republican president. But what Trump was able to do is he's able to talk to the guy who's getting pissed off. Like the people in Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, those used to be the backbone of the Democrat Party. And I think what really is fucking them is they don't really care about the middle class anymore. They don't care about the steel worker going to Ford and GM every day.
Yeah.
They care more about the kid who's transgender and isn't allowed to use the bathroom he wants.
Well, the thing about that too is I think that's a very small percentage of people that they're focusing on instead of the populace, the general populace of the working class and the backbone of the United States. And I think, but the thing that I notice in politics right now is how divisive it is between both parties. I mean, both parties just absolutely hate each other, and they'll look at any excuse to disprove the other one. And it goes both ways. I
mean, like, if you look at, like, Joe Biden about maybe, like, 10 or so years ago, that would have just been like, he's a great guy. But the Democrats are just eating him alive because he doesn't want to be a socialist or he doesn't want to be a...
If you're not far left enough, you get
He doesn't want
crucified.
Gay kids. He doesn't want... not gay kids, like, people, like... The expansion of transgenderism and all that indoctrination of the social policies they have.
Well, what I've noticed about the Democrats, and I think they've kind of screwed themselves right now, is because there's the Republicans, the Democrats, and the Socialist Party. That's what I think. And I think the Socialists are typically in charge and leading most of the crap in the Democratic Party. I think they were in charge of the impeachment, and I think it's the candidacy. If you listen to some of the shit they're saying, man, it's like, how far left can you go? And the more left you go, and the better you get.
And and I think another thing is, like, if someone's like a true centrist or like in the middle, like an independent, and you maybe would have flipped between Romney or Obama, you thought they were both okay, but
Romney was...
he wasn't the best. But nowadays, like, that person who maybe could have voted for Obama, he's going to Trump because he's not going to support some socialist, you know?
Right.
They're
And I
just
think a
pushing
lot of
more people over to our side.
yeah,
you know?
a lot of the moderates they've scared away because socialism in America used to be like people's nightmares, man. Like people, when they talked about socialist, I think it was a pretty damn small minority, and I think people were scared of the communists and socialists. But nowadays, fucking Democratic socialist is leading in the Democratic nominee.
And you know what? Like, I feel like the message is really what's appealing to people because, I mean, if you turn on the news, it's like economy hits $21 trillion, but how much of that money is going to you? Like,
Right.
I agree with, like, the issue they're saying, but their solutions are retarded because it's like, here, the government's allowed the freaking billionaires to get all this money, and then what are we going to do? We're just going to take their money and give it to you. I mean, the higher taxes are not going to fix it.
Well, taxing the 1% is fucking the stupidest idea ever because the people with that much money are usually the people with the highest IQs, and they know to move their money offshores.
Yeah,
and then it's not even going to get taxed. So
they're never going to let it happen.
Who really gets fucking raped is the middle class, man.
And another thing is, like, I remember around 2016, it was like, Obama said you'd need a magic wand to get those jobs going to China back in America. And I think it's almost these corporations that are almost culpable in this situation where they just ship their jobs over to Mexico. They ship the jobs over to China. And when Trump wants to bring them back, they're just...
Well, it's smart because it's cheaper labor and cheaper parts over the border.
And I remember all this shit about, like, the tariffs, like, the people are paying for the tariffs with their money. I mean, isn't that the point? Like,
right.
Because, like, if you want access to our market, you got to pay up and then it's using as a tool to get our shit back, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I agree. What about, all right, let's get to, what about immigration? What about this whole build a wall? Because that's a nice hot topic.
I mean... So I think the issue has been brewing for a while, and it all started in about the 80s with Reagan. And we had a lot of Mexican immigrants coming in to work the farms and all that, and it used to be like seasonal labor, but he started cracking down. And eventually they became a deal in 1986 where Reagan would give amnesty to 3 million illegals in return for building a wall.
Yeah, he wanted to build a wall.
And it never happened.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Was that he just didn't get funding or backing for that?
Yeah, they didn't let him. It never happened because
I don't know, man. What I see going on in like California right now, like a lot of the cities in California are just complete shitholes, and I think that's partly to do with all the drugs coming up from the borders and people coming over with and we don't know who the fuck they are, and I think there's a serious problem and we got to fix it, but I don't necessarily know how that's done.
Well, I think the big thing is why Democrats aren't pushing for border security, because in like the 80s or just 70s, it's just common sense. You don't let people into your fucking country that break the law. But the thing is, they give them free shit. They give them driver's licenses. They give them medical insurance. Cities, man. And then they're cheating. Like they've found they've found ballots with illegals on them, and they just don't care because they want more of them because
they support them. They vote for them.
Yeah, because illegal immigrants, they vote Democrat overwhelmingly.
Yeah, of course.
And even legal immigrants vote Democrat at a rate about 70%. So there's really only one party that has anything to gain from immigration.
Well, yeah, and I think the general populace, it's different if there are some illegal immigrants that I've worked with in the past that they live in an apartment, they're grinding to support their kids and stuff. But I wonder how much of them are coming up and just getting involved in the drug trade or something, or because they don't necessarily a lot of the times have education or a job right when they come up. So then what do they do?
I mean, the thing is, it's just why the fuck would you go through a 10-year expensive ass process
when you can just
walk in and get a driver's license? They'll feed and clothe you with money paid for the people who live there. It's it's literally just some guy walk into your house, goes to your kitchen, and you're forced to feed him, because if you don't,
it's against the law, bro.
Yeah.
And I think it's not the immigrants' problem. I mean, they're getting a better life, and their intentions are probably pure, but it's the fucking government, especially the Mexican government's got to do something, and I think Trump's kind of working with them to fix the illegal immigration crisis.
I think they're taking good steps when they came to shutting down their southern border. But I'd also like to bring up another point. And I think it's interesting when people are America is a nation of immigrants. Like, the first people who came here were pilgrims coming from Europe.
It's true, yeah.
But
we killed all the natives. that was bad. That was a bad part.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like, I think it's very fucking different when you come over here in 1700 on a big ass ship where you might die halfway the fuck over. And you have to get on some western land where you have to plow a fucking forest, like literally cut up the land, put some seeds in it. Hope your wife doesn't get raped by a fucking Indian and your scalp pulled off.
Yeah, that's a serious threat, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty fucking hard back in the day.
How the fuck did we get to that topic?
We're talking about immigration.
Immigration.
Let me keep going.
Yeah.
So think how hard it is in 1800, because if you want to come to America and you want to put up with that bullshit, by all means, come in. But today, I mean, you have fucking cars. You could literally reach into a piece of fucking metal that sends a signal out to like a fucking company, and they'll drive over and give you a fucking Big Mac. If like a fucking 1800s person saw a Big Mac, they'd probably like fucking faint.
They just nut, dude. It's an instant nut.
Yeah, so
technology's insane nowadays.
And then that's not even going into all the shit with like health service and benefits given to illegal immigrants. So the thing is, I think immigration is very different, and it should be cut down because, I mean, think how many kids we have that need jobs. And when they say like, oh, but think how many great doctors we get, but like, couldn't that money be going to an American doctor? It's like, it's all I see it is. It's like when wages are going down, well, maybe it's because we're bringing in more people. It's like supply and demand, but.
Yeah, my problem is with it is if you look around in the cities in the U.S., especially like California, a lot of it's just really shitty. And those are actual Americans that are really suffering. And I think everybody, unless you're the top 1% left posh, you feel the bad effects from that. So I think we need to be focusing on our internal issues and stuff like that before we look to helping everybody else, focusing on global warming that could kill us in 35 years, whatever the fuck it is.
Another thing is, like, these people are making the laws to live in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, them taking a ride on the L.A. freeway.
They have no fucking idea.
Where there's
a fake world, dude.
6-hour traffic, and you can't move shit. And imagine them saying afterwards, we need more fucking people.
There'd be a mass genocide if
we
they
need
did that.
more people.
No, and it's the same with these fucking idiots out in L.A. Like, all these fake actors and actresses and people that, like, what the fuck? You don't actually live in a real world.
Yeah, they fucking diddle kids and get paid millions of dollars to go around and dance around and
and I don't know, man. I just don't think that they should literally have any say. And that's when I watch like the Oscars and shit like that. They get up there, and I like that Ricky Gervais. Did you see that? That was fucking funny. Awesome, dude. Because he got up and he's like, you people don't know what the fuck's going on. Why are you even saying anything? And it's true.
It's true. And I think it's interesting how people worship actors. Like, if you think back to 100 years ago, an actor was, like, synonymous with, like, a fucking slut. Or, like, just, like, a piece of trash. Because, like, people used to always think of actors, like, they're not actually making... That's not an honest job. You're not going out by the sweat of your labor. You're just fucking dancing around. But now we're like... Oh my God, what the fuck does this liberal blue check on Twitter have to say about global warming?
Exactly, man. We should not be listening to them. Either side of the aisle, we shouldn't listen to those idiots out there acting like they know what's going on, man. We should be listening to, like, Homer Simpson type people that are sitting in their basement drinking a Coors and know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, that used to be who you needed to swing over to get a vote, but it's just like...
Now it's just the coasts, man.
And it's like the people who, I think it's the craziest thing about America is that one of the biggest issues that you could get pissed off about is that just like some of the Democrat social issues. Like, how is it? I think it's a beauty of the modern era that it can be a fucking tragedy or like a fucking national debate about if we let people who cut off their dicks into bathrooms.
Yes, that is just...
Like, imagine 100 years ago when we make laws like, if you're fucking 12 years old, you can't work 18 hours in a factory. Now it's like, God damn it. Why the fuck can the kids who cut their dicks off not go to the bathroom they want to?
I think it's because we're just so wealthy and all of the shit's just given to us and technology and everything that people don't know what actual struggle is. And I probably don't even know what fucking actual struggle is.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just kids, they're like, oh, well, he said that or she said that and it made my feelings hurt. It's like, oh, well, boo-hoo, man.
Yeah.
Fucking 100 years ago. I mean, shit.
It's like people are just looking for shit to get pissed off. If they feel they feed on it. They're like, yes.
And there'll always be people like that, just the stupidest shit.
And the thing is, it's like Twitter and social media and all this. Like, if like 40 years ago, someone was like, there's not enough gay people in my TV show. They'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up, you faggot. No one likes you. And then nowadays it's like, oh my god, or like you could ship that out to 1 million people looking at you in your fucking phone.
Yeah. Well, you can reach so many people in a matter of seconds with what.
Yeah, it's just.
And the
crazy.
thing is, you don't got to be educated to do that at all. You don't got to sit down and write newspaper and fake like you know what you're talking about, like us.
Yeah.
You can just literally get on Twitter and just say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And that's good because I support free speech and everything, but we should not take those people's words like as facts. And I probably wouldn't even take our words as facts right now because we're just sitting there bullshitting.
Yeah.
But shit, man, social media and TV has completely changed politics, and I think
it's true.
I think honestly for the worst. From what I can tell, because people just fucking attack each other.
And, like, just the cycle is so short now. Like some bullshit happens and literally 2 minutes later, you got that shipped out to 1 million people.
Exactly.
And then who gives a fuck if you're wrong? You already got $20 million worth of ad revenue off the bullshit you made up.
Exactly. And me and Soup were talking about that. We were like, well, some people's careers, you know, they have, like, 20 years in the public's eyes, and it's a great career. And then they, like, are drunk and they tweet out something, or they like accidentally hook up with the wrong person or something, and then they're just screwed the rest of their life.
Yeah.
From that one thing.
It's like cancel culture is fucking retarded.
Yes.
It's like you make one mistake and it's just you're over. Like people can't grow or learn from the mistakes. It's just you're done.
And the thing is, the mistakes could happen when you were in fucking high school. And then when you're running for office 30 years later, someone pulls up a picture and you're fucked.
Yeah, I think
that's crazy to think about. That's scary to think about.
That's what really
man.
pisses me off. It's like you can't let kids be kids. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, name a fucking president, like fucking George Bush. Like, do you think in the 50s he's just sitting around reading books and shit?
No,
he's
probably wasn't. He was getting hammered and shooting guns or whatever the fuck he does.
And then it's just. You can't do anything these days without people shoving a fucking camera.
Yes.
It's like there's no privacy.
There's no
privacy.
That's
what I hate. I love having privacy. I don't want people knowing everything I think, say, do.
Yeah, and I think it's bad and it's scary because when I'm an adult, I don't want someone pulling up like a picture, something I said or some bullshit that like could have been super insignificant at the time, but if blown out of proportion, you're just screwed, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. And also with sticking cameras in people's faces, there's these fucking videos on like Instagram and shit where like someone's getting jumped or like stabbed and then someone walks up with their camera like, oh shit, this is insane, bro, world star.
Yeah.
It's like fucking help him, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, you can't just, yo, what's up, Skittles? You can't just fucking pull out a camera and film when shit like that happens, man. It's not okay, and I think we gotta tell people that.
Yeah,
gotta change something.
It's like a blessing and a curse because, I mean, you can get information out. Like the internet has allowed people like views and words that people never really talk.
Let's not forget that, man. That accounts for like fucking 50% of searches or something out there.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or bad, probably bad, but shit.
But I think the thing is that the beauty of the internet is it allowed people like to hear shit that no one would tell them, you know? Like
the thing is there's no fact check to it though.
But like it's like a blessing and a curse because like fucking Farfook in the middle of fucking New York City can Google how to make a bomb.
Yeah. What the fuck? That's yeah, no, I totally agree, man.
But, yeah.
And if we weren't going to get censored, now we are because we're talking about fucking making bombs. But yeah, you can Google. It's crazy, man. And you don't even have to type it, man. You can literally just, hey Siri, then fucking say it and it pulls it up. That's crazy.
You can just go and never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
No. Yeah, we gotta have some censorship. And I had this substitute teacher. We're still in high school for everybody. Yeah. I had this substitute teacher. She was probably like 50, 60, and she goes, yo, guys, what is a smartwatch? And we're like, oh, it's these watches and stuff, and you can search stuff and you can play games. She goes, no way. And she starts freaking out on us, and we're like, no, it's true. But I think it's because technology has changed so much, and you can literally do anything. Like, she couldn't believe that someone could sit there on a watch and play fucking ping pong during class.
Mm-hmm. And, I think it's funny, like, not to be like like the boomers who are like phone bad, but like it's just like, it's almost like everyone assumes that once technology can do everything for us, we're going to be happy.
No, definitely not. It's probably, we don't have a long-term test to see, man.
Yeah, it's like we're in like uncharted territory. It's just only getting faster and faster. Like once you have once I don't have to drive to work, I can just sit down and relax on my way to work. Once my fucking coffee automatically makes it. But I think some of the thing is, like, the simple pleasures of life, it's just knowing that you accomplished something. It's just getting taken away, and it's just like...
Well, there's that aspect, and I think social media has fucked people.
Because think about this.
Girls.
Think about this. Like, society has only existed. A society with phones and social media has existed for 20 years.
20 years, if that.
And, like, maybe, like, fucking in 100 years, it just fucking rewires and breaks our brains. Because
I think... Okay, what I think now, as someone that's been immersed in this since they were born, like, I remember kids would have cell phones when they were in 5th grade. And what I think is going to happen is, I think the structure between male and female interaction and the way we view the value of life is just going to be completely fucked. I don't know if that's for the better or for the worst, or if it's just part of how the human race evolves, but I think even now, dude, the way dating and stuff is, it's totally different. And I think a lot of it's bad, man. Mm-hmm. Because literally, you used to have to pay to see a prostitute naked. Now get on Instagram and see anybody's ass just hanging out. Like, that's insane.
Like, okay, because like the way evolution works is like the monkey whose brain produces the most dopamine when he fucks another monkey is the one that's gonna fuck the most monkeys and make the most kids. And we're literally developed to like feel good when we fuck. So if you throw in a fucking like metal box that just gives you that immediately,
it's insane.
We're not supposed to be able to have that.
You want to know how easy it is? Back in the day, you used to have to take a girl out and get her flowers and take her out to dinner and meet her father and date her for a while, if you even had a shot. Nowadays, you text a chick. You don't even have to know him. You could have never met him in your life and just go, "Hey, trying to get this 2-inch Punisher?" She'll go, "Yeah, sure," and that's literally it.
And like,
that's it.
Another thing is with these dating apps like Tinder, it's like used to be just going up and talking to a girl, making her laugh and smile is good enough. But now these girls, they can just go on their phone, they can churn through 100 dudes at a time in fucking 30 minutes, and whichever one makes it through this fucking computer screen is the one they're gonna show their titties to.
And it's not real, man, because people live these fake lives on social media, and they could be fucking gorgeous on social media, but then you meet them in real life, you're like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah,
it's all fake.
It's crazy. It's because like people get this fear of missing out. It's like, because when you see social media, you get fucking years of your life condensed into fucking 50 maybe 50 pictures. You only see the happy wedding. You get to see
only
the time
good moments, man.
You went out camping. You don't see the fucking the
bad stuff,
80
man.
hours you spent on the shitter, you know?
Right.
And that's a big part of being live.
No, dude. Even like these Snap stories. I'm not on Snap anymore. I actually logged off about a month ago or so, and it's been really nice. But I used to go on people's stories, and they'd be at parties and shit like every day. And I'd be like, shit, dude, why am I not at parties every day? I'm a fucking loser, you know?
Yeah, like you see maybe the 2 minutes, like even just a party itself, like you maybe see the 2 minutes they're jumping around in a mosh pit going, hey. Like
yeah.
You don't see the fucking 2 hours they spent driving around getting food. Like
getting food and then sitting there bored and like, what the fuck are we going to do, you know?
And the funny thing is, people just fake shit.
Yeah.
I'll give a funny example. So I have a golf cart in my house when you drive it around and shit.
That's privileged white white privilege right here. Yeah.
So I remember we were making fun of one of our friends because he's driving it like a pussy. So we're like, dude, you can't
driving it like a pussy.
You
bro.
can't whip this thing, dude. Let's see you fucking drive this thing hard. He's like, all right, bet. So he's fucking driving around, and next thing you know, he flips the golf cart. And we're like, ha ha ha, holy shit, it was crazy. And then, so we pick the golf cart back up, and then we're like, wait a minute, we should get a picture of that. So what we did is we fucking picked up the golf cart again, set it back down, and got a picture of it.
It was totally fake. Is what you're saying?
It's like these like moments that you have. It's like you need a video, and it's like
yeah, we feel the need to have
the crazy
everything.
thing is, it's just like when you see videos of concerts from the 70s and shit, everyone's just enjoying the music. And nowadays,
you look at now, it's fucking unreal, dude. Everybody, and it's not even concerts. It's just people will meet someone famous. And instead of, like, shaking their hand and talking to them, they literally stick their phone in their face like, hey, take a picture with me, take a picture. It's like, dude, fucking learn how to be a human being.
Yeah.
That's what I think social media and technology has done, and I hope it doesn't have a catastrophic effect. But I honestly think it might, and maybe I'm being pessimistic, but that's just what I see, man.
Yeah. So... maybe we should keep going down.
Well, yeah. We're at 30 minutes right now, and I'm thinking we have 30 to 45 minutes is the range. I think. What do you think, Skittles?
I completely agree.
Skittles says he's agree. He just came down here, so we're just getting his input.
So, socialism or weed?
I don't know, Skittles. What do you think?
Oh, gotta be
Weed. Skittles wants weed, of course. Why did I even ask? All right, weed. It's not legal in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's legal in Illinois and Michigan.
Yeah.
I think those are the two closest. I don't think Ohio has it, and what's the state underneath? It's Kentucky. That's what it is. Yeah. That's my third grade education kicking in right there. So, weed. I honestly don't know. I think it's either a great thing for someone or a really bad thing for someone.
And
it's hard to say.
You know, I think weed in itself can be fine, but there are just the most insufferable fucks out there who associate their entire lives around weed. I'm not talking about...
That's what I'm saying. They sit in their basement, they're eating Cheeto Puffs, they're like, fuck, I gotta get some of this weed.
They get into their little stoner culture where they're just like... It's like they'll like look on Twitter and follow stoner memes. It's like, when you're baked as fuck and you take another rip.
And
like, wow, so funny! Ah!
And they spend, I don't know how much money on this shit, dude.
It's crazy.
Because what's a gram, like 10?
I mean, another thing is, like,
I don't even know what it's selling for right now. Cause I'm
back in the 60s when dudes smoked weed, that weed had been probably smuggled up fucking Jose's butthole across the Mexican border
in a condom.
Yeah, half of it was like seeds, half of it was like fucking weeds.
You don't know what the fuck you're
or maybe just fucking dirt, maybe a little like pube hair.
Yeah, it's just to add some flavors. Oh, this is adding spices here.
Yeah.
Nah, man, now it's the dispensaries.
And you smoke it and you get a little chill, but like the thing is, people can get so fucking baked. Like, it's turning into like crazy shit where you can like dabs, like where you just get
those pens. I don't like those pens, man.
Fucked out of your mind.
I've seen people hit those pens and they don't know how high they're getting, and they just keep fucking hitting them, and then they're just laying there, and you're like, fuck.
Another crazy thing is, like, you don't know what the fuck is in those things.
No, we have no idea.
I remember there's a whole, like, quote unquote vaping disease that they used to get.
No, that was the
Juul pods banned. But the thing is, it's like, here's what these faggots did. They fucking went on DHgate, bought their fake little cartridge fillers, and they got their little wax oil, and then they dumped a shit ton of like vitamin E acetate, and bullshit to like cut it. And they trapped it, and they've got these kids fucking dying out here.
Yeah, they got kids fucking dying. So anybody listening in a couple years or whatever, right now people are using these black market THC pen things. And I personally don't agree with them, but I know a lot of kids that do them because they don't really leave a smell, and you could fucking do it sitting in class and people wouldn't know. But I think weed, the plant, you know, the actual plant, which I think is the best way to smoke weed, just a joint. You go to a dispensary, you get a joint, you know what you're getting. Stay away from those edibles, because I know fucking people that sleep for like 3 days after eating a damn brownie, bro. Anyways, I think like Olympians and people that are productive, if they smoke weed, it's fine. I don't care. Yeah, if it's good for them, it's good. But I've also seen fucking Chum Lee sitting in his basement, especially because we're in high school right now, and I see these kids. There's this hilarious kid that I hope to bring on. He smokes at least fucking 3 times a day. That's just unreal.
I think there's a great quote on South Park about it, and it was Randy Marsh. He was talking to Stan about why you shouldn't smoke weed, and he's like, you know what? The problem with weed, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. He's like, you know what? The problem with weed is that it makes you okay with being bored, and the time that you're bored is times that you should be figuring out a hobby or doing something productive. And it's like all these kids are just gonna fucking smoke the best years of their lives away. Just sitting in their basement listening to fucking Bob Marley.
Listening to Fish. Hey, don't diss Bob Marley, bro. Bob Marley's my man. But I know what you're saying, man. And it goes back to, for some people, it's really good. For some people, they should not smoke weed. And I feel like it's all moderation, too. Like, if you had a hard week, you know, you're working, you come home, your wife's chewing you out, you go into the cellar or something, you get a joint, that's fine. Whatever helps you get through the day, man.
And
the problem is these people. Oh, what's up?
I'm bringing desserts down.
Oh, awesome. Hey, guys, this is my mom. She just brought desserts.
If you have peanut allergy, don't eat them.
Yeah, no peanut allergies.
Bailey, go upstairs.
That is the first time that's happened in a podcast.
interesting. Let's give this a little taste.
I don't know, man. These look pretty insane. Dude, we're fucking talking about what were we talking about? Fucking edibles which you walked on. Yeah, so anyways, that just shows you what we're working with. We're sitting in my basement right now around a plate of peanut butter. What are these? Did you just have one? Are they good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And my mom just walked down. Skittles, take one of these, man.
Okay.
Just try one of these. I'm not gonna have one, but yeah. That's what we're working with, and that shows you how unprofessional this is starting out, slosh hours. But I think it's good. It adds some taste. What do you think, Skittles?
I agree.
Skittles says he's agree. So anyway, weed. I think it should be legal. I don't think there's any reason it shouldn't be legal. It's safer than alcohol, but some people just should not do it. Same with alcohol, man.
Mm-hmm. And I think the crazy thing is, like, 40,000, 50,000, somewhere
Fucking eating
around there,
a peanut butter cookie.
80,000 people a year die from alcohol. They
Yeah, there's
fucking
no weed overdose.
drink themselves to death. They get in drunk driving incidents.
Uh-huh.
I think the thing is, if alcohol came out today, it would be illegal. Like
Yeah, well, they tried to fucking do that.
some
man.
Russian dude in a basement comes out. He's like, "I have new drug. It's called vodka." Yeah, and then he'd go up to the people. He'd say, "So what's this shit do to you?" He's like, "All right, it tastes like pure bullshit. You drink it anyway because it make feel good. And then after you drink it, you laugh with comrades, maybe beat your wife.
Wake up next to a fat lady.
you try drive car. You might fucking crash car. You wake up feeling like pure shit, but it's vodka." And
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
yeah, so I think the only reason
Yo, let me try one of these.
it's still going around is because it's been around forever. Like, I remember there's like a theory with maybe beer was like the cause of civilization because
I heard that fermented it was cleaner to drink.
Yeah, because literally, here's how you make alcohol: you fucking crush up grapes, you stick it in a fucking cellar, and you hope it fucking turns into
wine.
Yeah, and it's been around forever, and you know.
Yeah, dude. Like Jesus drank wine. So what do you think about that? People are like, "Hey, man, you shouldn't drink." Fucking Jesus drank, bro. He made like 30 gallons at that wedding. Shit.
I got. Let me finish up with my tangent. So
Yeah.
So that. Because like civilization began because they had laws, and why do they want to make laws? To make sure everyone could get beer, because everyone likes it. Because if your buddy over here is hogging all the brews, then
you want to have some, man.
You want to fucking kill him.
Oh yeah, you can't kill him over the booze.
You don't want people getting pissed when you kill him for taking the booze. You gotta say, hey, it's illegal. It's legal for us to do that.
There you go.
And
man.
then the second little interesting thing was
booze created society.
Around
from Alan.
Around the 600s, when Russia was like choosing what religion they wanted to have, they were choosing between Islam and Christianity. And
I've heard this, yeah.
And they chose Christianity. Why? Because you can eat pork and drink booze.
You can fucking drink, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, man. I think alcohol as a whole, and we've all had our fair share.
Easily.
Oh, and that's the thing, too. The drinking age is stupid as fuck because we're sitting here. It's in no short supply. It's not even hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
But alcohol is more dangerous than weed. But I think people, just like weed, some people should not drink. Some people, as soon as they drink, they get mad, angry, start fucking talking about their Italian heritage.
Asking why the meatloaf isn't fucking ready yet. When I work in the factory, busting my balls for 12 hours and I can't have a fucking meatloaf ready
Is this
for me?
2% milk? I think so. Get over here.
Yeah.
That's what fucking happens, man. But with weed, you literally smoke it. You're like, hey, man, You wanna make a business?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking it. You drive
true.
slower. You listen to some Bob Marley, because he's fucking epic, and that's
Alright.
it. Some
Yeah.
fish. There you go. You like fish.
Yeah,
Or Mo.
fish is alright. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got into that, but that was weird. So we're at 40 minutes, so I think we can cut it off.
Yeah.
This is the third podcast with Alan. Thank you for coming on, man.
Oh yeah, anytime,
good.
man. Anytime.
Definitely have you back. Talk about some other bullshit, maybe LGBTQ, another thing to get us demonetized.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys. Listeners, come back next week for another
Like,
episode.
Subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe, fucking
Sponsor us, please. If you don't give a shit about your company, sponsor us. Give us money.
yeah. If you don't want future and you want to be treated like a Nazi fascist, you should sponsor us. But anyways, thank you. This is Slosh Hours.